Hello, welcome to this 30-minute Vinyasa flow practice. Just start by finding a comfortable seated position. And we'll just place the hands down on the knees today just for a sense of grounding. And when you're ready, just softening the gaze or closing down the eyes. And just begin to notice all the sounds around you. Maybe the sounds of traffic and people going about their day. Maybe the sounds of nature, or even your own breath. And just letting all this noise fade into the distance as you draw your attention inwards. Noticing how your body's feeling today. Noticing how the breath feels. The rise of each inhale and the fall of each exhale. Taking one more inhale here. And exhale to just blink the eyes open, coming back to the space. We'll take an inhale together, reaching the arms out to the sides and all the way up to the sky, and using your exhale to seal the hands down to prayer at heart center. Just bowing down to yourself, taking this moment to think of an intention for your practice. Just a word that you'd like to come back to. Taking another inhale, reaching the arms out to the sides all the way to meet in prayer overhead. And just interlacing the fingers, pointing the first finger away. Taking an inhale for length and an exhale to lean over to the left side. Pulling back in that right shoulder to keep it in line. And just releasing the left fingertips down beside you, increasing your side stretch. Breathing into that right side body. We'll take an inhale for length and an exhale to bend that right elbow, taking the gaze up for a half cactus. Inhale, reaching away and releasing the arms all the way back to center, interlacing the fingers, pointing that first finger away and gently leaning over to the right side this time, keeping the biceps drawing in towards the ears and releasing the hands, releasing the right fingertips down beside you and leaning over for that side stretch, breathing into that left side body. Taking an inhale and an exhale to cactus that left arm. Inhale, reaching away and releasing the arms all the way back up to the sky, interlacing the fingers, taking the gaze up as an option. And releasing the head back to neutral, releasing the hands away. And just walking the hands forwards, uncrossing the legs as you come over to find your all fours position. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. And sinking the hips down all the way back for your child's pose, reaching the arms away and gently lowering the forehead down towards the mat. And take this moment to connect back to your breath. Maybe even back to the intention that you set for yourself. And gently lifting the gaze, walking the hands all the way over to the right side, placing the left hand on top of the right and lowering the forehead back down. Dropping the left shoulder down to increase the stretch and breathing into that left side body. Inhale just to lift the gaze and walking the hands all the way round to the other side, placing the right hand on top of the left this time, lowering that forehead down. Inhale, lifting the gaze, just walking the hands back to center and just shifting the weight forwards. Begin to round through the spine, And as you arch the spine, lifting the gaze as you sink the hips all the way back to the heels for a child's pose. Inhale, rounding through the spine as you shift the weight forwards. And exhale, arching through the spine as you shift all the way back to child's pose. Inhale, rounding through the spine, shifting the weight forwards. And exhale, arching as you come all the way back. Inhale, rounding forwards. Exhale, arching back. Inhale, rounding forwards. And exhale, just pausing here in your arch. Releasing the spine back to neutral, tucking the toes, engaging in the core, and lifting the hips high, pressing the knees all the way back to find your downward facing dog. Allowing the heels to feel heavy. Allowing the crown of the head to be heavy. We'll take an inhale, rising up high on the toes. Exhale, taking a generous bend into the knees, pressing the belly back to the thighs. Inhale, lengthening the legs. And exhale, dropping the heels down for downward facing dog. Inhale, rising on the toes. Exhale, bending into the knees, pressing the belly back to the thighs. Inhale, straightening the legs. And exhale, dropping the heels down. Inhale, rising on the toes. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, rise. Exhale, belly to thighs. Inhale, rise. And exhale, downward facing dog. And just taking some small steps now all the way to the top of the mat, bringing the feet underneath the hips. We'll take an inhale, bringing the fingertips to the shins, finding one long spine for our halfway lift. And an exhale to forward fold, hanging over the legs. Inhale, fingertips to shins, one long spine, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, taking a bend into the knees, interlacing the hands behind the lower back, allowing the arms to fall above the head for a shoulder stretch. And then gently releasing the hands all the way back down, lengthening the legs for a forward fold. Taking a soft bend into the knees to roll up through the spine, reaching the arms all the way out to the sides and up to the sky. And exhale, swan diving over the legs back to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, stepping back to find your plank, lowering the knees down to the mat, bending the elbows in towards you to lower the chest and the chin. Inhale, finding a gentle back bend for your cobra. And exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. Taking 2 deep breaths here. And inhale, taking small steps all the way up to the top of the mat, finding your halfway lift with the same inhale. And exhale to fold. Inhale, soft bend into the knees, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, taking the hands down to prayer at heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, one long spine. And exhale, stepping back to find your plank, lowering the body down, maybe keeping the knees lifted this time as an option. Exhale for your up dog, or keeping knees down for your cobra. And tucking the toes, lifting the hips high, downward facing dog. Taking 2 deep breaths. Inhale to lift the left leg up high for 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, draw the left knee forwards to tap towards left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, crossing the body, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, knee in towards the chest, planting the foot down between the hands, pivoting the back foot to 45 degrees and rising all the way up to your warrior 1. So allowing the biceps to come towards the ears, palms facing in towards each other. See if you can stack your left knee over the ankle. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, releasing the arms wide for your warrior two, gazing to the middle finger of that front hand. And just flipping that front palm, reaching 2 inches forward before tipping the body all the way back to reverse warrior, allowing the back hand to come to the thigh or sliding down towards the calf, and seeing if you can maintain the bend in that front knee. Taking one more inhale, and exhale, releasing the arms back for your warrior two, releasing the left elbow onto the left thigh, reaching all the way up and over with the right arm for extended side angle, and an optional reach down to the mat with the left fingertips, or keeping the elbow exactly as it is. And gently releasing the arms back for your warrior two, we'll tip the body back for our reverse warrior, finding a flow. We inhale. And exhale, releasing the arms wide, coming all the way back to your variation of extended side angle. And tipping the body all the way back, reverse warrior. Releasing all the way forwards, extended side angle. And just enjoying this flow of movement. We release the arms back to center, straightening the front leg, reaching 2 inches forward and tipping the body down for Trikonasana, stacking one shoulder on top of the other, gazing up towards the sky. And just allowing that top hand to pull you all the way up towards center, taking a soft bend into that front knee as you windmill the left hand down and then the right, stepping back to find your plank, and taking your option of Vinyasa, maybe keeping knees lifted or dropping them to the mat. Inhale for your up dog or cobra, and exhale, releasing all the way back to downward facing dog. Taking 4 deep breaths here just to settle into your downward facing dog. We'll inhale, lifting the right leg up high for 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, drawing the right knee to tap towards right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, crossing the body, right knee tapping towards left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, right knee in towards the chest, planting the foot down between the hands. Dropping the back foot down to 45 degrees. Reaching the arms all the way up towards the sky for warrior one. Seeing if that front knee is in line with the second toe. Biceps drawing towards the ears, allowing the shoulders to fall down the back. Taking an inhale, and exhale, releasing the arms wide for your warrior two. We'll flip the front palm, reaching 2 inches forward, and tipping the body all the way back to reverse your warrior, left hand onto the left thigh or sliding down the calf. Taking the gaze up if you can. And gently releasing the arms back wide for warrior two. We'll take the right elbow onto the right thigh, or reaching the fingertips down to the mat today, releasing the left arm overhead, reaching it away, palm facing down for extended side angle. Thinking of one long line from that left middle finger all the way down to the heel of the left foot. Releasing the arms back to your warrior two, flipping that front palm, releasing all the way back to reverse warrior. Taking an inhale, we flow, exhale, releasing for your extended side angle. Taking an inhale, and exhale, releasing back, reverse warrior. Inhale, exhale, extended side angle. And releasing the arms all the way back, reverse warrior. Taking one more extended side angle, enjoying that length, and then releasing the arms to warrior two, straightening that front leg, reaching 2 inches forward and tipping the body down for Trikonasana. That stacking of one shoulder on top of the other, arms in one long line. Straightening both legs if you can, or keeping a soft bend into that front knee today. And gently allowing the top hand to pull you all the way up to center. Soft bend into that right knee and windmilling the hands down, stepping back to find your plank and taking your option of Vinyasa. Or meet in downward facing dog whenever you're ready. We'll lower the knees down to the edges of the mat, taking them wide, allowing the big toes to touch and sinking the hips back for a wide leg child's pose. Gently lifting the gaze, we'll shift the weight forwards, bring the knees back underneath the hips for your all fours, tucking the toes, lifting the hips high for downward facing dog. And just walking the hands all the way to the back of the mat towards the feet, allowing the arms to hang heavy, soft and into the knees as you roll up through the spine, coming all the way up to standing. And I'll come to face you, but just planting the feet underneath the hips. Bringing the hands to meet in prayer at heart center, and shifting the weight over into the left foot, drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Holding here, or maybe turning the right side ankle to rest on the left thigh, taking a bend into that left knee for our one-legged chair. An option to reach the arms away, drawing the biceps to the ears, palms facing in towards each other. Releasing the hands back to prayer at heart center, and gently releasing the right sole of the foot to meet the inner leg, or using the hands to draw it up to the inner thigh. Still testing our balance on that left leg. We'll come to find our tree pose, pressing the hips forwards and shoulders back. An option to take a moment to release the arms wide up towards the sky, and then sealing the hands back to prayer, meeting them in heart center. Releasing that right knee, seeing if you can hover for one more moment, and then releasing the feet back down to the mat and taking a gentle shake of the legs. And then finding the feet back underneath the hips, shifting the weight over into the right foot this time, drawing the left knee up towards the chest, and allowing the left side of the ankle to meet the top of the right thigh, taking a bend into that right knee. Staying here, or option to reach the arms away, biceps to the ears for our one-leg chair, a test to balance. And releasing the hands back to prayer at heart center. See if you can release that left sole of the foot to meet the inner thigh or the inner leg. Finding your variation of tree pose, pressing those hips forwards. Finding that one center line of balance, and an optional reach away with the arms up towards the sky. And sealing the hands back down to prayer. Can you hover that left knee up just for one more moment, and then releasing it down, taking a forward fold at the back of the mat, walking the hands all the way back to find your downward facing dog. And a soft bend into the knees, lowering down to find your all fours position. We'll take an inhale to lengthen the right leg away, flexing the toes down, and slowly drawing the right foot to the outside of the right hand, planting the foot down, maybe using the hands to help you guide that foot forwards, and sinking the hips down for your lizard, staying up here on the hands, or option to take the elbows down to the mat today. Just feeling this deep stretch in the hips. and lifting the hips 2 inches just to heel toe that front foot in towards the center for your low lunge. Planting left fingertips or hand down to the mat and reaching up high with that right arm for a low lunge twist. And releasing the right hand back down to the mat. And stepping that right leg all the way back to meet your all fours position and just rocking the hips from side to side, noticing how one side of the body will feel different to the other. And then finding neutral, we'll release that left leg up behind you and drawing the left foot to the outside of the left hand, maybe using the hands to guide that foot forwards as you sink the hips down for your lizard and taking any variation with the elbows down or staying up high on the hands today, just noticing how one hip may feel different to the other. And gently lifting the hips 2 inches, heel toeing that front foot in towards the center for a low lunge, planting the right fingertips down to the mat or the hand, reaching up high with that left arm for a low lunge twist. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, releasing the hand all the way back down to meet the mat, stepping back with the left foot to find your all fours. And sinking the hips back towards the heels, just taking one hand down beside you just to swing the legs around to come to sitting. We'll draw the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall open to a diamond shape and the hands can fall onto the ankles or around the toes. We'll take an inhale to lengthen the spine and an exhale to lead with the heart. Maybe you just shift 1 inch today. Maybe you'd like to round through the spine and fold all the way over your butterfly. Just finding where you want to hold for a few rounds of breath. Just using each exhale to help you deepen into the posture and to relax. And gently lengthening the spine, releasing all the way back to sitting, using the hands to guide the knees together, planting the feet to the mat. Shuffling forwards, taking the hands behind the thighs, using them to help guide you all the way down to lying. And drawing the knees in towards the chest when you get there, wrapping the arms around the shins to give the knees a gentle squeeze. And then just gently releasing the arms open to a T shape, keeping the knees together to touch, allowing them to fall over to one side and taking the gaze over to the opposite side. Just for a gentle back twist, seeing if you can ground both shoulder blades into the mat. Feel free to take a cushion underneath the knees if that helps today. And keeping the arms where they are, just rocking the knees back towards the center and allowing them to feel heavy as they fall over to the other side, taking the gaze in the opposite direction for your spinal twist on the other side. And releasing the knees all the way back to center. Wrapping the arms around the shins to give them one last squeeze. Taking an inhale together and an exhale to release everything down to the mat, allowing the legs to feel heavy, ankles gently rolling out. Allowing the arms to come down beside you, palms facing up. And closing down the eyes here. Enjoying these last few moments for you. These moments of meditation. Just seeing if you can let all thoughts pass by like clouds. Just witnessing them and letting them go. You have nowhere to be. There is nothing left for you to do. Shavasana. And feel free to pause this video to extend your Shavasana, or if you'd like to come out with me and just rolling over onto one side, keeping the eyes closed, maybe using the bicep as a pillow for the head. When you're ready, just gently pressing yourself up to that comfortable seated position like we did at the start of this practice. Hands down on the knees. Maybe placing one hand over the heart, the other hand on top, dropping the chin down just to bow down to yourself. We'll take these last few moments together for gratitude. Thank yourself for showing up for your mind, your body, and your practice today. And thank your body for all that it is capable of to carry you through that practice and to carry you through life. And when you're ready, just releasing the hands to prayer at heart center. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light in you. Namaste.